Hi. This question is partly for Veronica, and in your novel, you're talking about values like bravery, honesty, being intelligence, and stuff like that. And how does that come from your own faith and philosophy, and how do you bring that to life visually? Because it could be something that could be kind of stale in a movie. It's build big ideas like that.
Yeah, I've always thought of Divergent as a kind of indictment of myself because the virtues are selected based on how I would form my personal utopia. You know, if I were arranging a utopia, it would be a world in which everyone holds themselves accountable and is responsible for their actions, and these are the virtues I would choose. And then the process of writing the book was one of seeing that I would just be like a terrible god of a universe. Just don't do it. Don't give me that responsibility. So, as you know, that's kind of where the world and all of those virtues come from, is just from a very personal place. And as for how to translate it visually, I didn't do that, so. Go on.
My turn? Okay. If you were put into a fear landscape, like as you guys, what would be...
Like right now?
Yeah.
This is a fear landscape, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, this
This is a simulation.
you're
right
in
now.
our fear landscape.
I'm wearing no pants as well.
Yeah, but go on.
Yeah, just like if you as personally, like what would be in your fear landscape?
Lots of bugs, like lots of bugs.
Theo, what are you afraid of?
I
think
thought you
was
said
the
Theo.
question. Theo.
Hummus, probably, in some kind of way.
Who?
Hummus, you know, do you say?
Was that an
Hummus, you
English
say.
thing? What?
Basically, various dips that you put pita bread in. Pita bread, pita bread. Hummus. Sorry, I said my grandfather's Greek.
Hummus. Hummus.
I'm getting really close to the mic. No, my grandfather's Greek, so he used to say hummus. So that's where I get that from. Anyway, congratulations.
Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Like the fruit.
Shailene, what are you afraid of?
I think, one of Triss's was pretty
I'll
good.
be asking all the questions from now on.
She got pecked by crows. That's pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
I would not like that at all.
My mom picked the crows. Did you know that?
Did she?
I said, spiders or crows? And she said, crows. And
Yeah.
That's how it happened.
I think that's worse than spiders in
Oh,
a
yeah.
way. That's awful. Ugh.
Way creepier.
Yeah, no, I'm not into that idea.
Hi, this is for Shailene. In the last panel, they talked about how you'll be giving up a lot of your privacy for the role, and you've addressed it here as well. And there'll be positives, but there's also be negatives being such a high-profile project. What do you think will make it worth it about this role?
I mean, I think that the whole anonymity thing is a very interesting concept. But I think that if you lead the life that you want to live and you are the person that you want to be, then there's really not a lot to be afraid of, or there's really not a lot of negatives, because I think you can create a life outside of yourself that sort of this industry is able to infiltrate, but then you create a life inside of yourself that nobody really has access to. And so I'm just excited for it. I'm excited for the future. I know, Theo, you're very afraid. You're so fearful of what's to come.
I'm extremely scared, yeah. Every
Yeah.
day I wake up very scared. No, I think, you have to, doing a big, it's definitely a question you have to really contemplate, and you have to be sure you're going to do it. But, if you're entering something that already has a fan base and has people invested in it, and it has books that obviously Veronica wrote, and they're great pieces of work, I think as long as you put your everything into it and try and make a movie that you are proud of, then the rest hopefully will come with it, and people will be as proud of it as we are proud of it, because we finished literally 2 days ago, so we're kind of very fresh off it, and we feel very proud of it and very excited for people to see in Hall H this piece of footage which Neil and the guys have put together, because I was saying to Shay before, when you're doing a movie, you know what you've done, and you know what your colleagues have done, and you've seen bits and bobs, but really until you see something cut is when it's really gratifying, and you say, oh, okay, now I see it in the context of the world, and you can see that it's going to be a really strong piece of work.
Well done. Yeah, what?
Hi, my question is for Shailene. Did you read the book before, over here?
Oh, no, where are you?
Right here.
Oh, hi.
Did you read the book before you started shooting, and what inspiration were you able to take for your character from the novel, or did you stick strictly to the script?
I read the book, yeah, I definitely read the book before. I read the book before there was a script that I read. And luckily for me, it was written from Trish's point of view, so Veronica kind of did a lot of the work for me.
Totally different work, totally different.
Before scenes, I would go back to the book and sort of see what Veronica had put in there in Trish's mind and the mindset behind each scene, and that really helped me a lot get into the emotional stature of where Trish was in that particular place.